Namaste. I'm Dr. Kirti Catherine Kabir from Apollo Cancer Hospital. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this symposium on women's oncology. Today is an awakening to the alarmingly increasing incidence of cancer among women. Breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed female cancer worldwide, and in India, it is the second after cervical cancer. The trend in the incidence of cancer over the last 25 years has tremendously increased, not only in number, but also within younger age groups. So the important message for us to take back today is that most common female cancers do have accessible, feasible screening programs that need to be consciously made aware of. So to the ladies in this room, the only way to beat cancer is to accept the reality and find the courage to move on one day at a time. I would like to welcome you all to the symposium.
Namaste, everyone. I'm Dr. Anu Ramesh, Surgical Registrar from Apollo Cancer Hospital. We would like to begin this day now by requesting our esteemed dignitaries onto the dais. Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, our chairman. Dr. V. Shanta, chairperson, Cancer Institute, WIA, Chennai. Dr. J. Radhakrishnan, Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare, Government of Tamil Nadu. Dr. Edward L. Trimble, Director, Center of Global Health, NCI. And Dr. Preeta Reddy, Executive Vice Chairperson, Apollo Group Hospital. We begin the day's proceeding with the invocation song on the Almighty to bestow upon us success and prosperity in all our endeavors. We welcome Mrs. Jayashree Vaidyanathan to the dais to render the invocation song. Everyone, please remain seated.
जय कमले कमलासन सुंदरी सकल जगत माता सुखदाई सुखदाई जय कमले कमलासन सुंदरी सकल जगत माता सुखदाई सुखदाई रत्न मकुट मस्तक पर राजे रत्न मकुट मस्तक पर राजे वनमाला गल बीच सुवाचे वनमाला गल बीच सुवाचे कानन में कुंडल कर कंकण कानन में कुंडल कर कंकण पगणु शोभा अधिकाई अधिकाई पगणुपुर शोभा अधिकाई अधिकाई जय कमले कमलासन सुंदरी सकल जगत माता सुखदाई सुखदाई गरुड़ चढ़ी हरि संग विराजे गरुड़ चढ़ी हरि संग विराजे शेषनाग तन सेज बिजाये शेषनाग तन सेज बिजाये ब्रह्मानंद करे जो सुमिरन ब्रह्मानंद करे जो सुमिरन सुख संपतनित होत सुवाई सुख संपतनित होत सुवाई जय कमले कमलासन सुंदरी सकल जगत माता सुखदाई सुखदाई सुखदाई.
To mark the inauguration of this event, I kindly request the dignitaries to light the Kuttavalakku.
Nations that invest in women's employment, health, and education are just more likely to have better outcomes. The right thing to do is uphold these women, support them, and encourage their involvement. One such empowered Duchess amongst us, Dr. Preeta Reddy, the Executive Vice Chairperson of Apollo Group Hospitals. Ma'am, I would request you to give the welcome address.
Namaste. I really would like to wish all of you a very good morning because it's so important for us to find ways and means to conquer this disease. So namaste and good morning to all of you. Our respected Dr. Shanta, Dr. Trimble, our respected chairman, Dr. Radhakrishnan, senior doctors in the gathering, my friends and colleagues from Apollo at the gathering. I'm so happy to be here with all of you this morning. Yesterday was a very tough Sunday for me and for a lot of our family members. At lunchtime, we went for a memorial, a condolence meeting of a very dear member of the Apollo family, a friend and who's been with us a long time, who passed away due to cancer. Might have been able to avoid it if there was early screening. In the evening, there was another memorial of another very dear friend to mark 1 year of his death anniversary, who also passed away from cancer, and we could have probably avoided it if it was detected and screened early. I'm starting off with this very somber note because it really affected me quite badly. And I think when Apollo Hospitals was started by our chairman, it was with a very similar story that he lost a young patient who could not go to the US for a cardiac problem, for cardiac surgery, and left a family of children, his wife behind. And it was devastating at that time, and that is how really Apollo Hospitals started and grew. And then it was Dr. Ramesh who came to Dr. Reddy and said, Dr. Reddy, you've done a lot in the area of cardiac work, but what about cancer? We all need to realize that every day people are dying of cancer, and statistics show that 1 out of every 7 people run the risk of being afflicted with cancer. So it's a responsibility of an organization to do something about this problem and this dreaded disease. So that is why the Apollo Cancer Hospitals came into being, and I think today they've done a remarkable amount of work. The incidence of cancer as it is growing, I think the awareness of cancer and the fact that cancer can be conquerable is also growing, and I think that is really a responsibility which all of us hold and have to take forward today. I'd like to really thank the team from the National Cancer Institute from the US, and especially Dr. Trimble and his team members, Sudha and Preeta and the rest of them, for taking time off to spend this day with us. Because I think this is just a reaffirmation of the fact that we as a country have to do something, and I promise you that we cannot have a better panel on the stage, because today we have 2 Padma Vibhushans, which is Dr. Shanta, who says that for 63 years she's only known and breathed cancer, and our chairman, Dr. Reddy, who is relentless in his pursuit of fighting disease, whether it's cardiac or whether it's cancer or whether it's emergency. He's constantly telling us that it's not a job well done by the Apollo team, and there is so much more to be done. So I think today is a day where we promise to reaffirm the faith and the fact that people like all of you are here, and that we will fight this problem together. I would also like to say that we cannot have a better soldier in this fight. He looks young, but he's full of passion and wisdom. Our dynamic health secretary, thank you so much, Mr. Radhakrishnan, for agreeing to be here. because with the help, the support, and government acknowledging the fact that private sector will work together with the government, I think we can do a lot together, and I think that is really the biggest agenda for the future. While on one side, we are working very hard on bringing the most state-of-the-art intervention in either in radiation or surgical or medical oncology, on the other hand, I think it's prevention, it's early detection, which is really the key and the answer to taking on this dreaded disease. And we are committed to working with institutions like the Adia Cancer Institute, working on registries, research together. We're also committed to working with the government in large-scale screening programs. And I think that by working together, we would be able to achieve so much more than working just alone as a private sector institution in silos. So the intent of today's conference is trying to see, to creating awareness, committing to working together, and looking at a future where we will be able to come up with answers to fight this dreaded disease in terms of research, in terms of early interventions. And I look forward to a very useful conference and probably a future where we can truly say that we have conquered cancer. Thank you all for being part of this morning, and I hope that the rest of the day holds a lot of promise for all of us who are here today. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. J. Radhakrishnan, the Principal Secretary of Health and Family Welfare at the Government of Tamil Nadu, completed his postgraduate education in veterinary sciences. He further was the backbone in the relief services during the tsunami of 2004 in Tanjavur and Nagapattinam districts, and his services have been lauded by many, including the former President of the USA, Bill Clinton. He has been spearheading several health projects in the state and has special emphasis on screening programs and treatment in oncology. Sir, may I kindly request you to give the inaugural address.
Yeah, very good morning to everybody. Most respected Dr. Pratapsee Reddy, Chairman Apollo Hospitals Group. Most respected Dr. V. Shanta Madam, Chairperson Cancer Institute, Chennai. Respected Chief Guest of this function, Dr. Edward Trimble, Director, Center for Global Health. Dr. Preetha Reddy, Executive Vice Chairman, Apollo Group, Dr. N. Satyabhama, who is here to give vote of thanks, followed by a very good panel discussion, Marga, the Path of Healthy Living, where very interesting panelists are there. And of course, distinguished team of oncologists who have assembled here, other doctors, persons from the media and the television who are here, and friends. I'm extremely delighted to join this particular event, which is Focus Symposium on Women's Oncology. It has something different because, you know, you are starting off with a very good awareness kind of thing, drive with this panel discussion which follows this inaugural, where you have got interesting people who have themselves excelled in their field, but they would be throwing light on this issue. From our side, from the health sector side, I just would like to say a few words. Today in this particular scenario, on one side we are coming up with technology, innovation, discoveries, and also developing skills on treating what was totally untreatable maybe 2 or 3 decades ago. On all diseases we are coming up with, we are raising the bar. But on the other hand, we all must be finding this challenge that, on one side we have communicable diseases continuing to throw up challenges. You have emerging diseases, you have newer strains of existing diseases coming up. We have vaccine preventable diseases, but still we have newer elements coming up and throwing challenges. That is on one side. But on the other side, the larger challenge which we are facing is on the non-communicable disease side. That is where I think perhaps generally it tends to get, even if there is one dengue issue or a one dengue death, it becomes a very big news. But on the non-communicable side, people just sort of, oh, the other man I knew, that very senior respected, but he passed due to a heart attack, or he had a terminal stage 4 cancer. So that's the kind of, despite all these advancements, we still have a long way to go in ensuring that this awareness on prevention goes forward. From our side, if you ask, how does government look at it? I would like to share with this August gathering that, the Honorable Chief Minister has always been telling that Tamil Nadu is one of the leading states as far as healthcare provision is there. And when I talk of healthcare provision, I am talking not just of government, but more of both the NGO and the private sector which is providing it. But she has been saying, the Honorable Chief Minister has been always telling us that don't look at being the best within India. Try to, in your Vision 2023, try to excel the indicators or the targets which the developed countries have achieved. On that count, when you look at non-communicable diseases, Tamil Nadu was one of the first states which decided to go up to a primary healthcare level for screening. So we have been able to screen almost, as far as non-communicable, 3.12 crore people we could screen on hypertension, 2.48 crore on diabetes, and 1.09 crore women came for opportunist testing. When they bring along and they are above 30, they are offered this testing. 1.09 crore women got themselves tested, and 3.7 lakh women were found to have this symptoms of cervical cancer. Then again 1.33 crore women subjected themselves for testing for clinical breast screening, and based on that almost 1.64 lakh women we could identify. Why I am giving you this overall scenario is that this is one area where all of us have to work together and ensure that people don't, when we are having a morning chat with our Chairman Apollo, the general tendency is, as we know about technology and the clinical skills, we think since it is curable, why don't we avoid going for testing? That is where perhaps if this becomes mandatory, people realize that these tests are available both in the private sector and even in the government sector. In the government sector, we also have a very vibrant partnership with Adyar Cancer Center, which is a state apex center, has been declared a state apex center. With hospitals like Apollo, we have a very robust relationship in insurance scheme. Then we also have Royapeta, Chennai, Kanchipuram Hospital, and also we are developing regional centers in Coimbatore, Tirunelveli, Tanjavur and Madurai. But that may not be the end of it. When we look at the needs are going. We are developing a lot more multi-super specialty hospitals in Madurai, Tanjavur and Tirunelveli. Already Salem something is there. We have an Omandurar super specialty hospital. But despite all that, I would personally appeal that the next session, we have a